Hello everybody! Welcome to the channel. I'm really happy to have you with me. Today on the channel we're going to take a little road trip. I guess it's I don't know if you want to call it a road trip or just like a long commute. Somewhere in between, I think counts. I've got 110 miles to go to get to work today. And if you've been watching the channel for a while, you're familiar with my 2022 Model 3 long range. And I may have mentioned that I'm a professional musician. Wow. People trying to play little bumper cars back there. That's exciting. But as I mentioned, I am a musician, so I do a lot of long distance or longer distance one-way trips to different venues and different events where I play. So today is one of those days, and we are leaving just north of LA, kind of north of Glendale, and heading to fabulous Bakersfield. And funny thing is that I'm actually doing this trip today, and I'm going to be driving up there 2 or 3 more times next week. So this car is going to see some heavy Bakersfield action. So tomorrow morning I'll be down in Irvine, and that's a lot of miles in between the two, let me tell you. But let's talk about kind of statistics, and then we'll kind of check in as we get a little closer. I'm going to turn the camera around so that you can see what I see. Alrighty then. Now you may notice, look at that. I got CarPlay. And I got nav. Now I know some of you may be kind of, shaking your finger at that, saying like, well, that's stupid, I don't want that. That's cool, you don't have to have it. But Handshow was nice enough to send me one of these screens, and I was like, yeah, let's do it. And they also sent me one for the rear, which is really cool, and my kids like playing with that one. I'll have videos for both of those very soon. I already have the one for the rear screen, just have to finish up the editing on this one. I also have a camera in my front bumper, which is kind of neat. And this screen has air vents, so you don't lose all your air. You do lose some of it, though. I'm not gonna lie. It's, if you like straight on blasting air in your face, like, you're not gonna like this. So you've been warned. But having Waze I just love it. I think it's really great because I always like to know when I've got any county mounties coming up. Waze is really good at showing me that. And on a day like today where I've got, I'm not late, and I'm just not as early as I want to be, so I want to make sure that I've got, a couple of options and I can really kind of make the best choice. And usually Waze gets me there the fastest. Usually, not all the time, but that's my preference. Anyway, all of that aside, I'm also loving my VION phone mount. So sometimes I'll be running this, and my phone. It's fantastic. If you're like a tech dork like me and you just like screens everywhere, this is the future we were promised, in the 80s. So shout out to all my 80s kids out there. And I know some of you are watching. Looking at you, Casey. Anyway, let's take a look at kind of like facts and figures, see how we're doing. Let's look at the trips. Now, I should mention, in a few videos, I said that I got this car in August of 22. I was wrong. I got it in September of 22. So I'm like 2 years and several days past my 2-year mark. And I thought I was filming my 2-year review like right at this point, basically. But I guess I was wrong. So we're just a little bit over the 2-year mark. We're looking at 83,683 miles now. So this car has, I would say it's been put through, I don't want to say it's been put through the ringer. I try to take care of my cars, but it's seen some like heavy use. Like, this car has earned its money, so to speak. It's doing mile after mile every day. And I have to say, and I don't want to spoil my 2-year review, but I would say overall, it's really pretty phenomenal how this car has just kind of keeps going and keeps going. And You know, I had a few problems with it in the beginning, but once I got all of those things ironed out, the car really has been quite just, I mean, I hate it when people say bulletproof, but it's been pretty bulletproof. I just plug it in, I unplug it, and I go. I've even been lazy about my tire rotation, y'all, and this is embarrassing. Look at this, 11,500 miles since I rotated the tires. I just haven't felt like it. And it's okay. You know, the tires will live a little bit longer anyway. Truth be told, I'm a little bit sick of these tires. So it's like, I don't want them to die, but at the same time, you know, I really just like totally objective. Like my watt hours per mile have gone up significantly since I got these tires. It's gone up by a good, I'd say 25 watt hours per mile. And I don't like that. So it was better when I had the hand cooks. I don't regret getting the Nokians. They've been really good. They have really good grip, especially in the wet. They're really, really good in the rain. And they're pretty decent as like a performance tire too, even though that's not what they're designed for. So, I mean, it's a good tire. It's quiet. It's comfortable, but you pay for it here. And so I think I'm just going to go back with some hand cooks when these wear out. So I guess, you know, I guess maybe that's part of my reluctance to rotate them. I hate to admit it, because like I really don't want to spend the money, but there, you got me. And I've just been busy. I just don't want to deal with it. But all of that aside, so 83,685 miles. I charged to 100% today because I knew I was going to be driving far. I was showing 322 miles of range at 100%. Keep in mind that this car showed 358 when it was new. So we've lost, what is that, 34 miles? Did I do the math right? I didn't sleep well. My brain is just cat food right now. But somewhere around there. All you math whizzes can take care of that. Look at that very conspicuous undercover Charger with the man, that is kind of a scary looking car. I've often wondered what it would be like to own one of those. Someday when I can hoard cars, I'll get one of those too. But so we're looking at 322 miles of total range. I know that we're not going to see anywhere near that. When I get to my gig, well, we have to go up the grapevine first, and that takes a lot of juice, and I know from experience. So that's going to suck down. We'll probably see our average go up by like 100 watt hours per mile. I'll try and do an update maybe when I'm like at the top of the grapevine so that we can cover that. But also, I just have a long day. It's going to be warm, not hot, but warm. It's going to be in the 80s. And I have a good amount of downtime in between like sound check and gig. So I'm going to probably, I need to work on my taxes a little bit, and then I need to prepare a lecture that I'm giving on Tuesday. So kind of have like a bunch of work to do on the computer, and I was thinking I may just sit in the car and do it, or I'll go to a coffee shop. But you know, one way or the other, I'm going to be doing some extra miles and trying to figure all of that out. I may get some lunch too. I brought some food, but I'm low on food. So you know how it goes. It's just like when you don't quite have what you need, and there's just not quite enough time to get what you need. It just nothing seems to work. But it'll be fine. I think we finish rehearsal at 3, and then the work starts at 7:30. So I'll basically have from like 3 to 7. So I'll have 4 hours. But yeah. So what else can I tell you? I kind of covered everything in this. And I don't know what I'm going to call this video. It's, you know, it's more of like my travel vlog series, which it's funny when I film these, I kind of think, nobody's going to watch this. And then these videos do better than some of the stuff that I do multiple camera angles for. So it's just like, you never know. And like, I hope you guys enjoy this content. I try to make it in such a way that like, I'm bringing you with me for a trip. It kind of makes the trip more fun to me, even though I'm talking to nobody in the car. But I feel like all of my friends out in YouTube land are with me, and that's always fun. And I've really appreciated the support over the years, guys. And thank you for continuing to watch my stuff and to like my stuff. And I'm really hoping I can crank out some more content on a more regular basis, but for the moment, we're doing the best I can, and I appreciate you all being patient with me. Sometimes life gets a little crazy, and sometimes the YouTube doesn't get as much precedence as I'd like it to, because I really, this is a labor of love. I appreciate that I'm able to make a few dollars from it, and that's really awesome. It's really a dream come true to make money doing this, but this isn't my primary job, so sometimes it does have to kind of take a back seat. But I wanted to also take a moment just to give a shout out to some of my friends out there that have been supportive of the channel. I mentioned Casey earlier, Jeremy, my pal Ernest, who I met in San Luis Obispo. Hope you're doing well. The gang, which I don't know if they watch my channel anymore, but still enjoy their impersonations very much. Dave, for letting me borrow his car recently. That was awesome. A whole bunch of other people. Oh yeah, and my buddy Dave in Texas. Shout out to you, my friend. And my mind is blanking. Oh, Michael, and oh my gosh. I'm so sorry if I'm forgetting to give you a shout out, but thank you for helping me and for just being my friends. It's really awesome. And all of you that have commented on the videos, too many of you to mention, but thank you. So let's see, since we left, we're looking at 15 miles. We're just in the infancy of the journey. And you can see the watt hours per mile slowly climbing, 242. And as you can see, I'm not being a speed demon on this trip. I just don't want to be in a hurry. The gig starts at 7:30. So it's 11:20. I'm not that worried. We're going to be there on time. We're going to be there early, actually, for the 1:30 sound check. But still, I always like to be places an hour early if I can. But I just couldn't do it today, man. I'm too tired. And I wanted to spend some time with my family and have breakfast with them and just enjoy being home for a few minutes. So that's what I did. But yeah, we got an hour and a half left of the trip, roughly 96 miles according to Waze and according to Tesla. So I'll probably check in when we get to the top of the Grapevine and just kind of see where the watt hours per miles, I'm not saying it right. And one other thing, I want to shout out to VION, and they sent me this new roof shade, and I've featured several of their roof shades on the channel. They keep improving it, and they keep sending me new ones, which is just incredible, because I've never been unhappy with the roof shades. But they keep tweaking it a little bit, and I mean, so if you're looking for a really great way to block the sun and give yourself, sorry, you probably can't see that too well. If you need a good way to block the sun, keep yourself cool, especially on a long drive, I just cannot recommend more highly to pick up the VION roof shades. These are just great, and I think they're around $60. I haven't checked the website, but it's been a minute. But I think they're around $60. You can save, I can't remember if it's 10% or 20%. Using my coupon code and my link. I'll have that in the description. And they've just been a longtime supporter of the channel. They hopped on board before I was even, I think I was halfway to 1,000 subscribers, and they were like, yeah, here, have some stuff and do videos, and they've been great and helping me out with some commission sales and stuff, and just couldn't be a better partner to the channel, and products that I just have no issue recommending and wholeheartedly support what they do. They are just great. So, and my contact is here in the States. It's not like you're talking to a company a long way away. So they are just just again, fantastic. So check out everything VION makes. Buy everything they make for your car. You're going to love it. I would show you my little power hub, but my center console's too dirty. My car's a mess. But my little hub, which I think is only like $40 or something, this thing is just a monster, guys. I just can't tell you how much I love it. I remember when it came out, I was thinking, man, I sure hope VION sends me one of those, and they did. And well, I'll show you some of the mess. There we go. Look at that. It's showing. I'm drawing 8 watts right now. I'm charging my iPad with the slower charger. I'm going to plug in my phone once I unplug my mic and charge that with the fast charger. But it lets me charge all my devices. It's got the USB-A, the USB-C, and it'll put out some juice, man. It can like charge my iPad, I think, at like 45 watts. Like it's a charging monster. And I can charge my phone, I believe, at 27 watts. So really great. You can get that fast juice and really get your devices back to where they need to be. I think it's even powerful enough to charge like a MacBook Air. I haven't tried plugging in my MacBook Pro. I'm not smart enough with this stuff, guys, so I just don't want to blow anything up. Early on in owning the car, I actually did short out my USB-C ports in the center console because I spilled a drink and it fried it. So I had to actually get that replaced before I could plug in this VION hub. But I think that was like a $40 repair. It was no big deal. But this VION hub, it plugs into both USB-C ports, and it grabs the juice and it distributes it beautifully. Again, I'm not smart enough to explain that, but get one, love it. You're going to love it. It's amazing. And yeah, I mean, I could just wax poetic about VION for hours. I love them. And, you know, hey, another shout out. I've got my Basenor all-weather floor mats, and these have like over a year and a half, and probably like 50 or 60,000 miles of use now. And these things have been just great. I mean, you can see they're showing a little bit of wear, a little bit of the tread is a little bit, you know, smooth there from my heels. But honestly, I don't give a rat's patoot about that. I don't care. And they're easy to clean, and they've really protected my carpet. I mean, this car serves as like my office, my cafeteria. I'm spilling coffee. I'm dropping pieces of burger down there. I mean, it's just the horrors that this car sees. It's just, you know, I spend more time in this seat than I do anywhere else, and these floor mats have like done a great job. I've got the floor mats in the back seat too, and they have really stood up to the abuse of my kids brilliantly, as well as the Basenor rear seat protectors. Those are awesome. And y'all, I'm really not trying to like do a huge pluggeroo here. I mean, I would love it if you guys would order this stuff from my links. That would really be great, because, you know, I get a little taste of the sales. But I'm just telling you how much I've enjoyed this stuff over the time owning my car. I love doohickeys and gadgets and stuff, so it's just kind of a natural fit for me. I just like this stuff. So I was just wanting to share what works for me and what I've enjoyed. But yeah, floor mats from Basenor, awesome. Roof shade from VION, awesome. Phone mount from VION, love it. MagSafe, doesn't damage your dash. Super cheap. It's not cheap, it's affordable, but it's made really well. This is real metal right here, guys. That screw is metal. And I have abused this thing too. I've had it almost probably a year and a half, and it's just held up beautifully. The magnet's really strong. I love it. I can't say enough things about that. Also, the VION USB cables that look like little charger, little Tesla charger things. It's not going to focus, whatever. Love those. They're amazing. I don't know. Very lucky guy. Also, shout out to the first product I ever got, the Test Beauty pillows. And if you go on the Amazon page, you'll actually see yours truly on the Amazon page. They asked me if they could use my video, and I was like, yeah, sure, why not? And I don't know if that was a mistake, but whatever. It was early on in the channel. I was kind of honored that they liked my video that much. And I love these pillows. I think they're like $60. You get them on Amazon. Use my link. It helps me. But I love these pillows, man. It's like I will not drive anywhere without them. They've really saved me a lot of neck pain, especially being a taller driver. They're just, I can show you. I'm using it now. I mean, I use them all the time. It's funny. My wife doesn't really like them because, you know, she's not as tall as me. So we just pull it off. It's no big deal. So get the ones with the adjustable, like Velcro strap. And, you know, you do kind of have to move them around every time you get in the car, but man, you get them in place and it's just delightful for a long trip. And you can also, like, you can increase the amount of padding that's in them, which is like awesome. And they give you extra padding. I didn't do anything to mine. They're fine. So I just use them as they came, and they're great. But you can do whatever you want, and they're really cool. Sorry, I have gone on way too long. But for those of you playing the home game, here's Lyons Avenue. We're up in, I never remember if this is like Santa Clarita or like no, it's not New Hall. Yeah, I think it is Santa Clarita. And then we kind of get into like Valencia coming up. And there's a something ranch here too. I always forget what it's called. But yeah, Magic Mountain Parkway is coming up. So if any of you ever visit Southern California, Magic Mountain is right over here. I actually haven't been there. I don't know if I've ever been there, come to think of it. But I'd kind of like to go. I just don't like roller coasters. Go figure. Maybe one of these days I'll take my kids up here. Check it out. I think over here is College of the College of the Canyons, is that right? But California Institute of the Arts, Cal Arts, is over here. A lot of great musicians and artists and, you know, directors and et cetera, have come out of Cal Arts over the years. Really neat school, by the way, just as an aside. I think what's really cool is, especially like as a music school, they are, you know, one of the only places that basically just say like, hey, like, what is it that inspires you? What do you want to be as a musical artist? You say, well, I want to do this stuff that nobody else does. Great, we'll help you. I think that's really cool. I think, like, as training artists, it's good to be able to encourage creativity like that. And I think that's what's really, really special and unique about Cal Arts as opposed to, you know, other places. So, you know, I think, like, no matter what you're into, they've got something for you there, which is really awesome. Like, and really important. Really, really, really important. Especially as artists. Anyway, so shout out to Cal Arts and all my friends that, you know, went there and maybe are going there or working there. Really, really cool place. Really, really cool place. And over here, you can see the sign for Six Flags. Also, shout out to my friends. We're not too far from Bob Reeves Brass, and the amazing work that they do over there. They're just like over that way. If you're a brass player, definitely take a look at them. And also shout out to my buddies at Stomvy. They're just down the road a little bit further over on the Newhall side. Both of those shops have been just, and I, no pun intended, instrumental in helping me along the journey, and I'm sure will continue to help me along the journey. But those guys are amazing at both shops, and huge fan. But there you have it. You see all the roller coasters. Coming up on the famous way station, also infamous Highway 126 coming up. I got a ticket there. Not cool. And, you know, watch your speed, folks. Be safe. And yeah, so the next part of the drive, it gets very pretty, but also a little bit boring. So I think I'll cut it here, and then we'll pick up later. So see you soon. Hello, welcome back. So I think we're basically at the top of the Grapevine. We're going to be going down soon. Sorry, I didn't feel like plugging in my mic, so hopefully you can hear me okay. Try and speak up. So we've gone 66 miles. Actually, the watt hours per mile, really not that bad. 279. which is really pretty impressive considering we gained so much elevation. That's really good. And now we're going to see that slowly going down as we begin our descent into whatever you call it. Probably Kern County, that would be my guess. But so far so good. Very nice drive. Only about 90 degrees outside, which isn't bad. I'm staying nice and cool. Again, thank you to VION for my wonderful window shade, or whatever you call it, roof shade. But yeah, very lovely drive. Everything's going great. I don't know if you heard that metallic rumble in the dash, but it's always been there. I tried to get that fixed before the warranty went out, but I think most of these do that. Comment down below if your Model 3 has that same metallic rattle. It was worse, but dude over at Camarillo, Tesla, was able to quiet it down a little bit. It used to be like a Harley Davidson would drive by and it would make a lot of racket. So he definitely improved it. It's not perfect, but it's better than it was. I mean, look, man, these cars, they are very durable. They're durable and pretty comfortable for what they are. But, you know, it is not a luxury car at the end of the day. It is not a, huge quality built machine. But it works really well. So, fair enough. Don't hate me. Or do. Post it down below. I don't know. It's just my opinion. So, yeah, like I said, now we're going downhill. Definitely going to be getting some of that regen braking, and yeah, let's see, we're already down to 267 watt hours per mile. And I would imagine by the end of this hill we'll be 266, probably get closer to like 250. This trip is always weird because like you gain energy going this way, but you lose a bunch going the other way. So there's really no winning. Of course, there is a good Tejon Ranch is just up the way. Really good place to supercharge if you're in the area. We're showing 72% at this point. And let's see. I should probably knock this back down. Put that to 80. But yeah, showing 231 miles remaining. Like I said, we're not gonna. We've done 70 miles. And we've lost like 100 miles in range. And it generally, I think that's pretty correct. You'll get about 2/3 of what it says. So, and I don't know why it doesn't predict that more accurately. Maybe in the future we'll see some better software updates that changes that. But that's all I know. I should also get my tires aired up. I might do that on the break today. Because it's been a minute since I've been to the tire shop, and we're looking at, the tires are nice and warm at this point. They should be reading probably closer to 43 to 45 PSI. So I'll air those up, and hopefully that gives me a little more efficiency on the way home today. That'd be nice. It's my goal to not need to charge. I'd really like to not supercharge today, but yeah, but I will. I think I will. On my break, I'll probably juice up. There's a supercharger over near the Costco, and I think there may be another one now. That would be cool if there is. I'm pretty sure there is. Bakersfield finally stepping up their game, because I think a lot of people bought these and they need charging. Yep. So we're already, see, we're down to 247 watt hours per mile already, just going down this hill. So pretty great, but of course then we'll be back on flat land. Probably going to knock the speed back just a little bit. One of my work associates informed all of us that there is a speed trap coming up near the 99 junction, so definitely don't want to get caught going too fast. That would make this not a very profitable day, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so I'll probably do a little update when I get closer to the job. Well, I forgot to, sorry. I'm here, I made it. 114 miles, 225 watt hours per mile. Took us just under 2 hours. Not bad at all. I'm out kind of in the middle of nowhere. And I guess I'm playing at that ranch. Wow. Yeah, we'll see. So, yeah, I'll try and do an update on my way home. Much later. Alrighty, status update. I just ate at a steakhouse called the Hungry Hunter. And I gotta tell you, friends, do yourself a favor and eat there. It is awesome. And you can see it's right over there. That's Hungry Hunter. And I'm pulling in at the supercharger here. So couldn't be more convenient. I'm at 55%. I preconditioned for like a minute. So whatever. We'll see what happens. I'm full as a tick after that ribeye steak. Man, that was good. So let's see. It's super hot today, so let's see what kind of charging speed we get. It may scold me for not preconditioning enough. Well, that's not bad. 95 kilowatts. You know, especially considering that we're at 55%. You know, keep in mind when you're higher in the pack, it charges slower. 15 minutes to get to 80%. That's really pretty good. I may actually up that to like 90 one-time charge. Yeah, 25 minutes. Yeah, that's cool. I'm gonna work on my paperwork and let it juice up. That's totally fine. Awesome. Well, so far a grand day in Bakersfield. So I don't know if I'll check in after I top off or maybe before I leave. But here we go. We're juicing. Yo, shout out to Kurt Mole. You know, awesome baritone bass singer. Just, you know, jamming to some opera. Just finished a long job. It's 11 o'clock at night. And I'm heading home. Looks like an hour and 47 minutes. And then I get to take a nap and get up. So, yeah, gotta do this. Gotta do this quick. But the job went well. My throat's a little dry. It was outside in a field. There were like walnuts above us that kept falling out of the tree. Luckily, I never got hit, but almost did. And it was like the first time in a long time that I've been around people just smoking a bunch. They had cigarettes and cigars for the guests, and it was outside, and they were just lighting up. And it's like, it was hot, it was dry, and it was smoky, and my voice is just gone. But whatever, the guests had a good time, and it was a good band, so terrific. And yeah, just need to get home now. We're at 79%. I'm glad I charged earlier to 90. I think I recorded that part, so you were with me after I had my delicious ribeye at the Hungry Hunter. That's an awesome spot. And the waiter there, his tip is get the Caesar salad and then get the balsamic dressing on the side and put that on there. And at first I was like, nah, I'm not into balsamic, but I have a rule, and if I'm at a restaurant that seems like a good restaurant and the waiter says, this is awesome, I generally say, yeah, I'll have that. And he was right. It was amazing. I don't even like balsamic dressing, but they make all their salad dressings in-house. I don't mean to do a plug for Hungry Hunter, but why not? It's a great spot. And now I want to go back and try their blue cheese, because I love a good blue cheese. I can't believe a car video has turned into talking about salad dressing, but you know, here we are. What are we going to do? And hey, big shout out to my buddy Casey. I know I mentioned him at the beginning, but he really helped me out today. There was this extreme brodozer in the parking lot. I mean, if you call it a parking lot. But I did a little YouTube short on it because it was just so extreme. It had like these giant stacks in the bed and then like 3 huge horns under the trailer hitch. And it, you know, it said like dirty idle certified. I mean, it was just a whole thing. And I knew it was going to be good. I just wasn't sure what to call it. And so I just knew Casey was the guy to help. I sent him a picture. I said, I need a title for this. And I swear it was like, he didn't even hesitate. And I had a return text, rolling coal and chewing skull. Man, Casey, you're a genius, my friend. So yeah, I threw that up on YouTube Shorts with that title, and I put it on the gram as that, you know, Duramax limited edition. It's so great. I mean, I don't care if anybody else likes it. I like it, and that's good enough for me. That's how I started the channel, and that's how I will continue the channel. If I'm amused, then so be it. So it is written, so it shall be. But yeah, that was awesome. Just awesome. And what a ridiculous truck that was. I mean, I don't think there's any way the owner of that truck is going to watch this video. But, you know, if you're watching, please, you know, hit me up. Let's do a video. That truck is something else, my friend. Wow. Like, for real, I'd love to do a video on it. It made me smile right away. So anyway, here we are in Bakersfield. I think we're kind of near Bakersfield College right now. This is a really interesting neighborhood because like the houses are really pretty and, you know, everything looks really nice, but then there are just, you know, some folks wandering around that, you know, just seem like, you know, maybe you wouldn't want to encounter them. I don't know. I don't like to judge people, but, you know, just some strange things have happened over here, and so I'm always just a little, you know, I'm looking behind my back a little bit over here. Oops, I missed my turn. All that being said, I really do enjoy coming up here. Like, I do come up here pretty frequently. I have work here several times a year, and it's always fun. And today was no exception. I mean, some really, really friendly folks out here, and a lot of good food. And you know, I always have a good time. It's always fun. But this is gonna be a long night and an early morning. I'm just glad I got out of there quick. We wrapped at 11, and I think I was at my car by like 11:05, 11:06. I was not messing around. I had everything kind of preset. And this is good. I thought I was gonna get home at 1. Instead, I'm gonna get home at 12:50. I mean, I don't know what I'm gonna do with those extra 10 minutes, but I'll take them. And I'm a wee bit hungry at this point, but I'll probably live. I think I might have some string cheese with me. That would be great. And yeah, hoping I don't need to use the bathroom too, because I just want to jam straight home. It says we're gonna get home 31%, really not bad, and that's cool. We're at 77%, showing predicted 247 miles. So since I last charged, let's see. Since I charged, we've done 19 miles, and then 6 miles since I left the joint. So 311 watt hours per mile since I started driving. I'm sure that'll go down. No, it's going up. It will go down. Oh, it's because I preconditioned. Yes, I preconditioned. And that makes a lot of sense. So it looks like a North Garden State Avenue. And we're following the ways here. Again, loving this screen. I just think it is so cool. I sure hope it's taking me the right way. You know where we're going, Waze? I do want to go home. I'm not trying to stay in Bakersfield, right? I'm just a little turned around. I don't know where I am. This is not the route that the Tesla wanted to take me. But I'm just going to say yes. We're just going to do this. Interesting. Or as Spock would say, fascinating. Shout out to all my Star Trek people. I know Jeremy is with me on that. Probably Casey too. So I guess the question is, if you had to pick a favorite Star Trek, of course it would be Next Generation. Explain why. Kind of torn. I really enjoyed Voyager. That was great. And I enjoyed Strange New Worlds. Like, I think that's pretty good too. And I even liked Enterprise. I mean, I'm just kind of in it for all of it. Ooh, the Tesla is beating me. That's all right. It's so funny when you end up at a red light with another electric car. You know, I hate to say you get kind of like a little, little egotistical. You know, you get it, all the stop signs or all the stoplights, and you just think like, well, I can blast ahead of everybody here. And generally that's true. But every now and then I'll end up next to like, Kia EV6 or, the Ioniq 5 or just another Tesla. Like, oh, yeah, actually, maybe not. And that dude was going pretty quick. I wasn't really on it. Couldn't tell if that was like the standard range plus or just a regular long range. I have the performance boost, so I'm a little faster. All right. This is Buck Owens Boulevard. Gotta love all those bees. If you've never checked out Buck Owens Crystal Palace, what are you doing? Go to Buck Owens Crystal Palace. It's pretty nice. I haven't been there in a long time. I think the last time I was there, I want to say it was like 2010, 2011. It was funny. There was a band from Texas that I had never actually played in, but I knew they were a good band. I always wanted to play with them at some point, but the opportunity never presented itself while I lived there, and I probably wasn't good enough to play with them back then, I gotta be honest. But they happened to be doing a job in Bakersfield, and their trumpet player couldn't make it for whatever reason, and so I ended up doing New Year's Eve with them at Buck Owens Crystal Palace. So I believe that was Duck Soup, which was a very good band. And I had a good time getting to know those guys for a little bit, and it was great. We had a good gig, and it was a really fun job. I wore my cowboy boots just because. And that was great. So yeah, there's Buck Owens Crystal Palace right next to the Don't Stay There Hotel, which is now the Clarion. Very exciting. So I don't know if it's better. Probably not. But I did one of my videos there. I had a bunch of like mattresses in the parking lot, and I just parked my car by the stack of mattresses and took the thumbnail. My buddy Nate was with me too. It was great. So funny. I was staying there at the time, so that was hilarious. But yeah, here we are on the 99, heading back, heading south. Let's see. Let's just look at the stats. Oh, 294 watt hours per mile. Yeah, see, we're going down. Already 12 miles. It's like we're almost there. That's great. Only 102 miles left. I mean, it's really not that far. That's what's crazy to me is like every time I come up here, it just feels like this massive journey, but it's not that far. But it feels far. It's just, you know, it's like you do the grapevine and the grapevine just takes it out of you. So, yeah, I think I'm gonna pause it here and then maybe wrap this up when I get closer to home. But those of you that have stuck with me and listened to my ramblings up to this point, I appreciate it. Again, it's just kind of funny being all alone here in my car and talking to the phone as if someone's listening. But I know you are, so that's kind of fun. And like I said, it's really fun to have all of my YouTube friends with me on these long drives. Oh, and just top tip. I think I mentioned this earlier, but just want to clarify. As you're heading south, heading back to LA from Bakersfield or wherever wherever you're coming from up north to down south, I mentioned there's some superchargers at the Tejon Pass. Now, on the right, on the we're going south, that is the west side. Yeah, I think. Anyway, on that side of the street, there's V2 chargers. And now keep in mind, V2 is totally fine if you're, I would say, above 50% in the pack. Like, you're not really going to see a big difference in charging curve on a V2 or a V3 if you're higher in the pack. If you're lower in the pack, then yeah, you're going to see a huge difference. So if you have to have the V3s, go that way. Go to the outlet mall. You've got a whole bunch of V3s. And I mean like a bunch of V3s. It's great. So again, you want to go that way. It can be a little hard to get into like after hours. I can't remember if they close the parking lot or if there's only like one way in. But you kind of have to get in there. And no, I'm not going to repeat that. That's just the one time. But yeah, it can be kind of a little loop-de-loop around the mall. The downside there is like you really don't have many services, like if it's after hours. So the nice thing about the V2s over on this side is that there are usually a couple places still open, like a McDonald's and probably just a McDonald's, come to think of it. But before late at night, there's actually a lot of stuff there. So I think like on the right, there's more stuff to do. Kind of on the left is the outlet mall. So your choice, but V3's over there, V2's that way. There's also a little gas station up here on the right, and I can't remember. It's before you get to Tejon, and they have a Subway there. And I know gas station Subway sounds bad. Hear me out. It's 11 o'clock at night. They're open 24 hours. That's a pretty good sandwich. I'm just saying. That's helped me out in a pinch a couple times. really kind of hungry. I don't know what to do about this. I really don't want to stop. I don't want to get home past 1. I want to get home before 1. So I may try and just jam on through. It's a bummer. In my trumpet case, in the trunk, I have some walnuts. Those would be perfect right now. But I don't even want to stop to get them. Darn it. And there's an In-N-Out over there. Oh, you can see the sign. I've been there too. That's a good In-N-Out. I mean, they're all good, but that one's really good. I like that one. I didn't mean to take you all on such a tour of South Bakersfield here, but you know, hey, why not? As I said, here we are. We might as well. Sports Village. I wonder what that's all about. Well, okay. So now we're at the point where the drive's kind of boring. So I think I will actually pause here. I may do a little update once we're up on the grapevine, and then an update once I get home. Probably. All right. So I'll see you there. All right. Just wanted to give you another taste. Kurt Mall. So good. Such a great voice. And if you're not an opera fan, become one. There. I said it. There's a great video on YouTube. If you look up Don Giovanni and look up the Commendatore scene, and there's one with Kurt Mall and Samuel Ramey, and it's like, I love that. I've watched it more times than I can count, and it just gets better every time. Those two guys were just incredible singers together. And I just don't think there's a better commentatore than Kurt Mall. Such an incredible deep voice. Anyway, now that our music appreciation lecture is over, let's take a look at the trip here. That's not... Sorry for the camera work. Hey, my friend Dave's right. I do need to use a gimbal. It just seems like too much work. So 86 miles, 289 watt hours per mile. We were up like probably 320, 330 watt hours per mile when I was like on top of the grapevine. But obviously that number's gone down. And I'm really tired. I'm thinking I may do the unthinkable in the morning. I always like, if I have an early morning, I've got to take a shower just so I can wake up. But I'm thinking, as tired as I am, I may skip that. Don't tell anybody. All right? I may just need to get up, brush my teeth, and get rolling. I may do that. I don't know. I'm just tired. Yeah, so 28 minutes left. 27 miles. It's showing a predicted 27%. But just to give you an idea, you know, we left with close to 80%. We've blasted through half of that in just 80, however many miles that was, 80-something miles. So, yeah, the grapevine, that elevation change really does suck up some juice. It's a thing. Looking over here on our Waze from our wireless CarPlay, ooh la la, that's pretty cool. There's a hazard. It's probably like an entire tire in the middle of the road. That always makes me so nervous because I just can't tell what it is, where it is, what lane. I don't see anything. Yeah, it's weird. Like when I look at the phone, I can almost see further ahead. You know, I think it does something with the light balance and stuff. I can actually see the road a little better on the display screen. That's funny. But yeah, rolling right along here. Doing great. We're back in Santa Clarita. There's College of the Canyons coming up. Yeah, Stevenson Ranch. That's what it's called. I cheated. It says so right there, but earlier I was like, it's something ranch, and I couldn't remember. So yeah, that's it. What a great trip. The car has just been absolutely phenomenal. No issues. So I guess call it $11.50 to get home. So I suppose round trip it's probably about, I don't know, $15, because you got to figure like home electricity is going to be a little bit cheaper. So I'm just kind of figuring half of what it is at the supercharger. 15, 16 bucks total to go 200 and how many miles? 224 miles. It's not bad, actually. Yeah, it's a long way. I mean, like, if we were in my old Kia, rest in peace, that would have been, I'd say, easily a half a tank of gas. If it was in my LS400, it would have been over a half a tank of gas. If it was in my minivan, it would have been over a half a tank of gas. Which would be, I mean, gas has gone down a little bit right now. It's September of 2024 at the date of recording. So I think gas is, I can't remember what it is. Low 4s, high 3s. I think low 4s, low to mid 4s. I scored. I filled up at Ralph's gas station. Wow, over there at the Shell station, it's $4.89 for regular. Dang, it's expensive. By the way, that Hampton Inn sucks. There, I said it. It's really not good. We stayed there for about a week a couple of years ago. It was right after I bought my car. Some rat invaded our house, like literally a rat. And we couldn't catch it, and we were freaked out, and so we stayed up here. And it cost me almost $1,000 for that hotel, and like the floor was filthy. It was just not a good place. So yeah, Hampton Inn, Santa Clarita, don't recommend it. And I complained to Hampton Inn, and they did nothing about it other than saying, "Oh, we're really sorry we didn't live up to our promise." You know, it would have been nice if they'd said, like, "Well, we'll give you some of your money back because our hotel sucks." Anyway. Free breakfast was okay. I'll give them that. But it's tough. It really, like, makes me appreciate all my friends out there that kind of live on the road. Shout out to all of you suitcase warriors. I know my buddy Joe out there spends a lot of time in hotels, and I know he knows a lot of them have dirty floors and nasty breakfasts, and yeah, it's tough out there. Oh yeah, I was talking about buying gas. So yeah, I bought gas at Ralph's, and I was able to use some of my rewards. I got 80 cents a gallon off, which was incredible. So it was like $3.56 a gallon. So that was pretty killer. That's like the best gas price I've seen in a long time. It's just rough with like all the inflation and just all the extra taxes and stuff on gas. You know, times are tough, you know, for everybody. Got to make so much more money now just to like not have any money. It's just crazy. But I mean, it's always been tough. It's just, yeah, it seems a little tougher somehow. Well, I think I'll pause here and I will check in as we get closer to home. All right. All right. We're almost there. We're like 5 minutes out. So I figured I'd wrap up the video. Sorry, just making this turn. Making my way. Sorry, you can hear my water sloshing around. And so we made it back 28% state of charge at our final destination. See how many miles. Trips. 115 miles. Current drive. 127 miles since charging, and looks like we averaged 288 watt hours per mile. So those of you that have a Model 3 long range, comment down below. Is that terrible? Those of you with Model Ys, comment down below. I'm curious how that compares with your cars. Now I rented is a strong word. I borrowed from Tesla a 2020 Model Y and immediately got into a car accident with it, which was a bummer. Thankfully, not my fault. And the lady took responsibility and her insurance paid for it, and I never heard anything after that. So huge thank you to you. Can't remember what her name was, but you know, upsetting that it happened, but great that she was responsible. In any case, I digress. The 2020 Model Y that I rented, I think we averaged like 300 watt hours per mile, just generally. And yeah, so I'm kind of close to that with these tires, at least as far as I can tell, unless, you know, the alignment needs to be done again. I don't know. My dude at Tesla Camarillo said that maybe there's not enough of this camber. Maybe he's right, because he said when there's enough camber, the car squats down at highway speeds and gets better efficiency, which is why the tires wear out faster. But it's for efficiency. So maybe since I got my alignment done at the tire shop and not at Tesla, maybe that's the problem. Don't know. Comment down below, let me know what you think. Anyway, I'm home. I need to go to sleep and then wake up immediately. So it's going to be great. Again, thank you very much for watching. I'm going to try and remember to put some links down in the description below if you want to check out some of the products I talked about today in the video. Again, it's all stuff that like I just genuinely love and I've been using for kind of a long time now. You know, with the exception of like screens I haven't had as long, but I've just really genuinely been enjoying everything. So yeah, anyway, here we are. I'm home. Appreciate you sharing the video. Appreciate you hitting the like button and all of that good stuff. And until next time, my friends, stay driven.